Hello and welcome to Trailblazers Book Club, a podcast by Trailblazers Toastmasters Club. Get ready to ignite your curiosity, expand your knowledge, and embark on a path of continuous learning and improvement. Tune in and join us as we pave the way to becoming trailblazers in our personal and professional lives. I'm your host Abhinav and I have been with Trailblazers and Toastmasters since June 2016. Though I cannot call myself an avid reader, but I take this opportunity to explore new perspectives and ideas. In this podcast, we discuss books related to communication and leadership. As they say, today a reader, tomorrow a leader. I believe that if you read books, surely some part of your brain gets triggered that enables you to look at things much more deeply. And whether you are a seasoned bookworm or just beginning your reading adventure, Trailblazers Book Club is your guide to unlocking the secrets of effective communication and impactful leadership. I'm going to review some of my favorite books I have read in recent past. Sit back and enjoy and learn tidbits from the best books out there related to communication and leadership. I welcome you all again to Trailblazers Book Club, a podcast by Trailblazers Master Club for the love of reading and learning better communication and leadership. Today we have a guest in our podcast. This guest is known to everybody in Toastmasters fraternity, especially Trailblazers. This guest is none other than the club president of our club, Shailu Srivastava. Hi Shailu, how are you?
Hi Abhinav, I'm great. How about you?
I'm doing good as well. Thank you so much for coming.
It's great.
Taking time out. So this podcast is about books. So I already mentioned and conveyed to the listeners here, I'm not a great avid reader myself. I read books, but not as much as I should. What about you? What do you think about book reading?
See, book reading is a good habit and we should read, but as you said, I'm also not an avid reader. But yeah, I recently started reading book.
Okay.
Yeah.
So which other books have you read recently?
Recently, I have completed just my first book, The Secret of Leadership by Prakash Iyer. And secondly, I'm just started a new book. So Made to Stick. The name is Made to Stick.
Okay.
So I just started it.
Awesome. Okay. So I read this book earlier, Habit of the Secret of Leadership by Prakash Iyer.
Okay.
One more book of his which I read first about was Habit of Winning. So that book had a lot of stories in it. Good lessons were there. So I think this book is also similar to that, right?
Correct. I have not read that the winning of
Habit of Winning.
habit of winning. Yeah.
Okay.
But I've gone through this leadership, the secret of leadership. So yeah.
Okay. So this book, I give a bit introduction about the book itself. Habit of Winning was one of the books regarding winning leadership. This book specifically, The Secret of Leadership, is about lessons from leadership. So the first chapter itself was amazing about tea, right?
Correct.
How to make a tea and what lessons we can learn from the tea bag itself.
Correct.
So when I'll show the book snippets when I actually show the video. But from your perspective, how was the book? How did you like it?
Book was awesome. Like not only a leader, anybody should read this book because the book gives you the motivation and also it inspires you to do something. And if you are a leader or aspire leader, then definitely you should go with the book so that it will help you and it will give you the idea how to lead a team or like how a leader think and how you can awake a leader inside you.
Okay, so since you're the president of the club, right?
Yeah.
So you must be taking some lessons from the book as well.
Correct.
So you have been president for almost 3 years now.
3 months.
3 months now, not 3 years. I wish you become 3 years president, but yeah, 3 months itself. So this book had a lot of small lessons.
Correct.
So as a non-book reader, how did you find that concept? Like either a book can be which big novel kind of thing, or book could be thick in the sense of lot of one chapter might last for 100 pages or so. This book had small lessons. So what's your take on that?
Correct. So I can say this is my first book, and also the small chapters help you to complete the chapters easily And the language which they have presented, it's very simple language. So the first time reader, it gives you the motivation to read other chapters as well. And also none of the chapters are interlinked. So you don't have the haste like, okay, you have to go with this chapter, then only you can just do the other chapters. And initially in the book, it is written that you can start with any of the chapter what you like. So this is the great concept, especially for the first time reader.
Right.
This I liked it.
Yeah. So this guy, this author Prakash Iyer, has been an influential leader in the sense in India, self-help books are available in plethora. It's available across the formats and all. There's so many new examples, like from Ankur Wariku's Do Epic Shit,
Yes.
or older times Sheikh Heda used to write You Can Win.
Correct.
This book is different in my opinion because it doesn't give you too many gyan, too many lessons.
Right.
It is just from lessons from stories which have already happened.
Correct.
That's
Personal stories,
Yeah.
basically, yes.
And personal should always help.
Correct,
That is
correct,
true.
correct.
So I think the book is forward written by Rahul Dravid.
Rahul Dravid, yes.
This guy was also part of Mumbai Indians earlier when the
Right.
IPL started. So he is an MBA. He is from Ahmedabad, probably.
Ahmedabad.
And he's written multiple books like this, not just one.
Correct.
So for what are the lessons you learned? There must be some challenges as well. Challenges in the sense when you become a leader, the challenges. So I want to ask you, in your presidential journey till now, what challenges you face on a regular basis?
Okay. So the first thing I can say as a leader I face is that negotiation skills. Like you being a president, you have to deal with a different set of people. And every person is not same.
Right.
So you have to change your idea, how you present and how you deal with the person to get the task done. Because being a president, first you should be accountable for all the tasks. You should know what are the tasks that the other person are doing. But you are not in the position that, okay, you are also doing the task of everyone. You should learn how to make them do the task. And also for that, you have to learn how to deal with the person. So I think dealing with the person and the different set of person on a regular basis, it's a challenge for the leader to do.
Can I ask which path you are pursuing right now? Which path?
Yeah, it's dynamic leadership.
Okay, so it's matching with your
correct.
journey as well.
Correct.
I think leadership itself is a thing which, when failure happens, you take the blame.
Correct.
But when somebody wins, then
Yes.
it's a collective team effort.
It's a collective team effort.
So
Right.
being a leader is a learning itself. Right?
Correct.
And I think the book also talks about this leadership skills, a lot of manners.
Correct.
So what do you think about failure?
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure that you are gold medalist and all. But how do you deal with failures?
Can you come again?
How do you deal with failures
Okay.
in Thomas' perspective or in professional life, whatever you can say?
So I can say failure is a part of life. If you don't fail, then you will not explore the other ways of doing things. So I can see failure is a learning in itself. Like being a leadership journey. Sometimes it's not always happen like suppose I'm dealing with suppose a person. If I'm trying to ask them to do a certain task, I want to take something from him. It doesn't always work the similar way. So that point I can say, okay, I failed. But after reaching to that point, I should come up with another new set of solutions or new set of ways to get the things done. So I can say, if you don't fail, you will not learn. And if you not learn, you're not exploring the new ways to do that. And I can say, as many as the way you learn, the more you grow. And this will give the diversity as a leader.
Right. Failure is something we all come across
Correct.
on our regular life.
Correct.
Fortunately, this time club is in really good standing. Our
Correct.
club is about to reach President Distinguished.
Yes.
So kudos to everybody, congratulations to you on that.
Yeah.
I hope we can do much more better in coming
Definitely.
years.
And it's a collective effort. I can say it's not a single person effort because everyone has to complete their path and the projects to get the points. So yeah.
Right. So before I conclude, some parting questions which I already have. And 3 months have passed, but 3 months still remain. And right now we have 26 members in our club.
Correct.
So what do you see in future, next 3 months? What do you plan for that?
See, in a Toastmasters or a club perspective, we have certain parameters to fulfill as a good standing club. Like we should have at least 20 members renewed. We should have like every new person taking up the pathways and all. So I can say that all things we have achieved. Now the other thing which we can do is we have to focus more on mentoring whoever the new person or whoever the new members are coming. We should focus on their growth. We should understand what is their motive behind joining the Toastmasters. And the second thing is that improving the meeting quality. Because the guests who are attending our meeting, suppose he's a first timer or he's coming from the other good clubs as well. So they should not feel like it's something like not going or something like, okay, you have to do, you are doing. They should feel some effort is going on, and at the end they should learn something. So for that, as a member, we should enhance ourselves. We should learn more ways. We should teach other members who are lacking so that our club quality should increase. And once it will increase, our club will grow, and in return, the member should grow.
All right. One more thing I want to talk about the
Yes.
rewards.
Okay.
In Toastmasters, they want rewards such as some pins you'll get or some
Correct.
level certification you get.
Correct.
One important reward we discussed was giving books to me.
Correct.
By doing anything, big or small, if you do something for the club,
Correct.
and you'll get a reward, which we decided to pay as a book.
Correct.
So, what is your take on that? Why can't you give a trophy instead of a book?
See, trophy is something which personally I like. I like much trophy because it's a kind of showcasing something you can put in your shelf so that you can just showcase to the other people. But that is only for the like outer satisfaction or something like okay. But if you give book, so people will read it and people will gain some knowledge from that. And just as you talked, like I started my book reading journey, so it's only because of you, because you gifted me that book, and also a special note was there in that book which I can cherish through my life. So that gave me that you know that passion from inside. No, it's Abhinav has given me something. I should like respect it and I should like start reading it. So yeah, so giving a book will enhance the knowledge of the person. Trophies, okay, you can just showcase and people will see and
All right, Shailu. One last question before we part ways. What's the takeaway or what is an advice you want to give to anybody who joins Toastmasters and if they don't read books? What's your lesson for that?
Okay, so if you are joining Toastmasters, then I guess your first objective is to overcome the fear of public speaking. So that anyway you can do with our regular meetings and with our mentor support and all. And if you don't read book, so I suggest you should start reading book, because reading books something will give you the inner satisfaction and which I missed since last. And when I started reading the book, I realized that how important it is. And now whenever I go to my friend who don't read book, I just suggest that whatever that Secret of Leadership which I read, I just say, just start with this book. This is the easiest book and this will give you a lot of learning.
All right. Thank you so much. Anything you want to say?
Yeah, I would like to just end with one quote which I found very much interesting in that book. It's written by John Maxwell. The quote is like that: the pessimist complains about the wind, the optimist expects it to change, and the leader adjusts the sail. That's all from my side.
All right. Thank you so much, Shailu, for coming in, giving time, speaking to me in this podcast. And with that, we come to the end of this episode. See you next time. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Abhinav.
As we conclude today's expedition to the world of books, remember that every page turned is a step forward in your quest for knowledge and inspiration. Whether you are intrigued by the book we discussed or you're eager to explore new literary trails, let's continue blazing new paths in our reading journey. Don't forget to join the Trailblazers book club by subscribing for more captivating book reviews and sharing your insight with us. Together, let's create a community of trailblazing leaders and readers who embrace the power of storytelling. Until our next adventure, keep exploring, keep reading, and may your literary discoveries light up your path. This is your host, Abhinav Bhatt, signing off. See you in the next episode.